Have you got your Facebook Live shot? Yeah, I had it on my hat. Where's my hat? I need to get that one. Yeah, Steve, because it's fun. Okay, folks. Well, I've got a question in from the Facebook group. Sean, what sort of business impact is coming from the businesses down in there? Is it dramatic?
Look, I think
I've got a question from the Facebook followers. Who are the people down there in Thorndon, name names, that deserve gold medals? Sorry, Craig, I did push it wrong, didn't I?
you did.
I did. It's all about kids. Welcome to Hotline. Here we are on Friday afternoon, Courtney Place. We're now into August, so dry July's over. I don't know how everyone went, but I managed to do 20 days dry July. There was a rugby test. Can't have that. After drinks up soccer on Saturday. Can't have that. The Friday night before the rugby drinks up in Auckland or Varsity. Can't have that. So anyway, there we go. So dry July's over. We're now in August. Sun's out. It's a little bit chilly, but we're on the way to spring, and let's get into a good discussion. I'm Sean Rush. I'm your host today. We're Swans, because we're talking French because of the Paris Olympics, right? Swans, Sarah Jane today for a little bit anyway. So the cameraman has stepped in. He stepped in. Graham Bloxon. He's going to help. He's going to be the new Nouvelle, Sarah Jane, and I've got we're back with old mate Steve.
I can promise you this is only one second. I've got a podcast.
Steve Barbers in the hot seat.
I just pass it in the ground.
We do that. We do that. Yeah. But anyway, so we talked to Steve a few weeks ago, and we touched a wee bit on a couple of his businesses, the fish business,
Pies,
the Kids Co business.
Yeah.
We didn't talk much about what your business in Thorndon's doing. And I know that there was a big meeting at the council yesterday talking about the Thorndon works, what's happening on the businesses. Do you want to bring us up to speed, Steve?
Yeah, look, we did the Thorndon Collective. We put out a petition. We had over 2,000 signatures. We presented it yesterday at the infrastructure meeting for Wellington Silicon Council.
Now that's chaired by Tim Brown, isn't it?
Chaired by Tim
the
Brown.
ex-Wellington Airport chair.
Yes,
he knows a bit about infrastructure.
Apparently. So some of the questions, still we want answered is, why are they going ahead with a project, a $58 million project, potentially over old pipes on Thorndon Quay. Now, we asked Brad Singh, who was the infrastructure manager.
Can I just bring everyone up to speed? Right. So Thorndon Quay is a very main artery coming into Wellington.
Absolutely.
We're live on Courtney Place. And the council have got a lot of works here. Progressively bring in a large cycleway that will link up with Lower Hutt and Petone, which is great if you like to cycle that far every day. And but as a consequence, though, a lot of car parks gone. So the Thorndon Collective are a group of businesses who've got together and said, look, this is killing us, guys, and therefore they were at their meeting yesterday where they presented a petition saying, can we please have another thing? Is that about it? I've got a question in from the Facebook group. Sean, what sort of business impact is coming from the businesses down in there? Is it dramatic?
Look, I think as it goes stage by stage, it's going to affect the business where the work is in front of it. So we'll give you an example. Bordeaux Bakery, they've apparently they've made a few staff redundant. They know it's going to be a little bit quieter for 3 months. They had the pipe burst last Friday down there, which is just incredible. So I doubt if they had water for their coffee machines.
Just on the pipe thing, because that's where I stopped you.
Yeah.
So underneath where they're building the cycleway is a bunch of really old but significant water pipes that are going to have to be dug up and replaced in the next few years. Is that?
Well, I believe that it's not just where the cycleway is. Okay? So it could be in the middle of the road. Right. I would say it's probably in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Now, you look at Taranaki Street, that's taking years to change the sewage pipes in. Now, they mentioned at the council has asked the engineers, what would it take, how long is it going to take if the sewage pipe burst. They said the works will take up to a year or more. So if we continue building, in 2 years' time, if something breaks down, potentially we'll have disruption for another year.
I've got a question from the Facebook followers.
Who are the people down there in Thorndon, name names, that deserve gold medals?
I was going to award the gold medals.
Now look,
Go on.
Oh, bedpost guy, sure. Come on.
Bedpost?
Oh my goodness. I mean, that was just horrendous. I think Tony from Bordeaux definitely.
Tony from
You know,
Bordeaux.
Paul
Shout out to you,
Robinson,
mate. Paul Robinson from the...
Mark Turner, John Moore, landlords.
yeah. And yourself, Steve Piper, that we're sitting
yeah.
next to right now.
Yeah.
Go, Steve!
thanks, mate.
Am I right, Steve? You had a barrister involved at one point.
Yeah.
He did it for pro bono as well. Is that right? Give him a shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Kirkman. Yeah, Thorndon Chambers.
There you go. So we did win the Court of Appeal. It was presented that it was illegal to take away all the angle parking.
Illegal.
Yeah.
The council did something illegal.
Yeah.
I expected that Sean Rush, being the dynamic interviewer, might have jumped in on that.
No, he warned me.
Obviously,
Well-
too many days on dry July. That was Graham Bloxham for Wellington. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Sorry.
Hey, Sarah Jane, where are you?
And-
Well, I remember when this came before council and I voted against it because I didn't think the evidence showed sufficiently that what they wanted to do was actually going to achieve any safety improvements. In fact, the way that the old angle park that we used to have, there was complaints that as you back out you could hit a cyclist.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. But by the same token, parallel parking,
Open your
you
door.
open up
The
your
door.
door. And actually,
think
so
it's worse.
yeah, and I sort of wasn't convinced, and I felt to me like there was an agenda going on, and we're getting one side of the story and not the full story. So I voted against it.
Yeah.
Not that I supported cycleways elsewhere, supported a bigger budget so we could do these things properly, so we could use the Kiwi Rail net. But anyway, that's just me. That's a long time ago.
It's just basic 101 project management.
Yeah.
What is, you start with your ground, what's underneath your ground?
Yeah.
Is it stable? You're going to build something on it? Is it stable? Oh, there's pipes under there. How old are they? 100 years old. Really? Come on.
This is just repeating what happened in Island Bay, where they wanted it. They, not the community, but they wanted to build separated cycleways. Fine, nice and safe. The problem is that when you separate them, that separation actually acts as a new curb, which means that all the water collection system when it rains is completely nullified.
Yeah, and they're all bleached. They're all bleached. You drive down, they're all bleached. on the
So
roads.
someone somewhere realised, oh, we hadn't thought about that. Well, come on, this is just basic engineering, and it just shows to me that actually, when it comes to some of these quite extreme sort of things that are being imposed on us, they get a free pass. There's no real examination of whether the community needs them, whether they're going to achieve their own goals. They're actually just, determined by, to be honest, it's Green Party dogma.
Quick
But
question
Elvis
from
has left the
quick
room.
question
Elvis
from
has left
the
the room.
audience.
Right.
Quick
Now
question
the audience,
from the
so
audience. What are we talking here around? What sort of medal are we talking for council in general? A silver, a bronze,
A brass.
a brass medal?
Yeah.
Look,
Sure.
I was on the council. Sorry.
Not for coffee, yes, I
Oh,
will.
not me. Sorry, what did you keep? Sorry.
a green middle.
Yeah.
The green medal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that. I heard a panel will love that. Anyway, Steve, okay, well, nevertheless, we are coming into summer. Another month or so.
Yeah.
The rugby season's ended. My soccer season hasn't. So,
Not the
what's
All
to look
Blacks.
forward to?
Well, we've got the All Blacks.
Well, we could talk about the All Blacks, but
Right, burger on the plate.
burger on a plate. There we go.
Plate.
We do have the All Blacks in Wellington, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We do.
There's plenty of tests coming up.
Can I
which is
take
gonna
a
be
photograph
exciting.
of this? Yeah. Sorry, random. Go on, please. What else we got? Wellington on a plate. Got elections next year. I don't know if people are looking forward to
I
that or
think
not.
we are. It's
But and some announcements from the government. New rail money for rail. That's great news for
interest
for
rates
the
in
lower up.
November. They've come down 0.25 maybe.
Interest rates. What about property rates? They haven't. They've
Well,
gone
no,
up
our
a bit,
rates went
haven't
up 21%, none of the 17%. We did some exercise because you've got to tag on your regional council percentage as well.
Never
Not-
used to
not
bother
the Wellington
worry
City
about it,
Council.
yeah.
Total's about
they? Oh,
21%.
Darren.
So,
He's
my
a good
rates
guy,
in
Darren.
Thorndon Quay up 21, properties up 21% rates. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
I actually got interviewed.
It's going to hurt.
I got interviewed by the local press here about, because it's the chair of the Roseneck Residents Association. Apparently our rates of our properties have really shot up, whereas in the last cycle they actually went down and we didn't get a rates rise, and it was a bit awkward because it's a fairly well-to-do part of town, whereas the place where the families could get their hands on some cheaper places, and they all went up, which was a bit of a double hit. But the good news about that is that there's families going into that part of Wellington, you know, which is great. And like in the end, it's all about families. If you ask me, Wellington, any city, it's all about families. The mums and the dads that do the working bee, the kids they play at the local cricket club. You know, all that. That's the vibrancy you want. You know, and I love the fact. You know, I used to be a student here, a lot of vibrancy, but we all just shoot off and like, you know, off we go. We do an OE and come back, can't afford a house because they're really expensive, so we go live somewhere in the provinces, raise a family, next thing you know, we bought a house, you know, and the cycle starts again. And, you know, this idea that it's all about, you know, young people that want to be in local body politics, or it's about the retired folks who are very important. Sure, absolutely, but you know, retired folks tend to keep to themselves. They're not out there championing the, you know, sort of changes, progressive politics, if you like.
They must have increases, you know, like the medical increases if they have insurance.
Yeah.
Certainly not there.
Yeah.
Insurance.
It's all about the kids, if you ask me. But anyway, thanks for letting me have that little monologue there. Actually, gonna have to do some cutting in the scripted group.
That's quite a lot.
Sorry, bro. Sarah. Right, okay, well, shall we wrap that up right there? Thanks, Steve, for coming along. That was Sean Rushgrove, Blocks and Steve Piper just talking a little bit about Thorndon Quay here in Wellington. And that was Hotline with the hot people, the hot hats, and the hot man and the hot seat. So cheers very much.
Cheers.
Don't forget, Thorndon is still open for business.
We are. Come down. Support
us. Sorry, Craig, I did push wrong, didn't I?
You did.
I did. It's all about kids.
Just You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Oh, where's Sarah Jane Senegal? I'm here with Graham Watson, the cameraman.
I had a problem with calendaring.
The silly hat. Fraser Carson. Might have been the hot line, the hot seat, the hot hat, with the not so hot Sarah Jane today.
They were shooting up at this one sitting here. I thought she was sitting there with Austin.
Welcome back, folks. We're here with Hotline on Wellington Live. I'm Sean Rush. I'm your host. I'm here with where's Sarah Jane Senegal? I'm here with Graham Watson, the cameraman.
I had a problem with calendaring.
Oh dear. Okay. Let's not go there. Couple of girls up there, you're not saying that. Anyway, but we're here, the man that's in the hot seat today with the hot hat.
Under the silly hat.
The silly hat.
Fraser Carson.
So Fraser's a well-known businessman, a connector in the tech industry. You're part of the Tech Valley thing. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Well, going back years ago, I went to the Hudson Council and said that they needed to think about economic development, and they told me that that's not what they did.
How many years?
That was 1994.
Okay, yeah. So do they put some systems in place that have facilitated the sort of things that have now sprung up? And
No, they didn't. Not in 1994. I suggested the idea of a technology valley. You know, if you think about the Hutt Valley, it's a bit like Silicon Valley is to if you think about Wellington and San Francisco, Silicon Valley, economic development, the whole Hutt Valley is full of tech startups.
I buy into that. I lived in San Fran for a year, so I know it pretty well, actually. But a friend of mine worked at Yahoo down in Silicon Valley. And so how is that vision sort of coming along?
It did, but it failed to attract any funding. until we sort of took a step back from it. So a group of us started the whole thing, and we pretty quickly realised that the whole valley had been changing. The GDP had been going south for a long time. At one time in the early 80s, when I was involved in advertising, there were 25 motor corporates in the Hutt Valley. You think about Ford Motor Company, Brewers Paints, basically all gone. Unilever, all gone. And
Quick question from the audience from the Hutt Valley. Chris Bishop mentioned it the other night.
Yes.
He's an MP guy.
Yes.
He mentioned the Hutt Valley. He also, it was mentioned to me that there's some startup biotech companies out there that are selling grams of tissue for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right. Well, these are what we call sparks in the dark. I mean, a lot of these. So those 25 large corporates had their own critical mass.
Yeah.
So now what we've got are what I call sparks in the dark. Little companies, or some medium-sized ones, Fraser Engineering, Petrolic Industries, Resine Paint still there. They're the survivors, but they're medium-sized compared with those corporates that were there. They had critical mass. You don't need the connectivity. Connectivity is key to those small startup businesses. You think of Robinson Seismic, all sorts of businesses like that. But, and some of them have been startup for a long time.
So they actually create their own sort of ecosystem, don't they?
They do.
Whereby it's the sum total actually is a lot bigger in their own nest, because they start needing a news agent.
Yeah.
They start needing a dairy or a pie shop, and then you start seeing a service sector really coming together. So that's it's great to hear that. I mean, I've studied a bit of that. So what else are you doing, Fraser, in this space?
Well, I'm a big believer in connectivity and building trust between people, because one of the things that I've observed in the market and in the digital environment is that we've lost that connectivity and trust. Part of the issue is, the algorithms of Google and social media work in favour of popularity rather than quality. So we end up gravitating or actually getting access to stuff which is totally wrong-headed. No wonder we end up with misinformation and disinformation. So what we've been working on are ways of digitally sharing more trustworthy information.
Wow. So
Quick question. Sorry, Sean. When you talk about connectivity, this is a beauty. When you talk about connectivity, do you talk about Facebook?
No. But yes.
Social media.
Sure, you're not a politician.
Well, the thing is that people are actually starting to realise that the algorithms, what I call digital sugar, right? We love it. We consume a lot of it, and it's popular. We like it. So it's based on the idea that if millions and millions of people are doing it, it must be right.
Yeah.
Of course, that's not right. Not necessarily the truth.
Yep.
So Gwyneth Paltrow's good website, which is full of health information, which is crap, a lot of it, is really popular. So a lot of people go there for their health information.
Of course, she says she's a movie star.
Yeah.
She'll know everything she needs to know about health. I'm sure.
Have you got a crush on Gwyneth?
Oh, who hasn't been?
A quick question.
And
from the
Gimli, because I love the
followers.
miners.
Yeah.
Although you have a wonderful partner, Sheridan Bruce, did you have a crush on Gwyneth?
No, I didn't. Although, wasn't she in Sliding Doors? I quite like that movie.
Too old ago. Quick couple of questions. What's your favourite restaurant?
Gee, that's a bloody hard question. I quite like Hippopotamus, actually, because I went there the other day.
It's closed down.
Yeah.
Chris Parkin and
Hasn't it closed down?
No. No, it's in the
It is
hotel.
closing down, Fraser, unfortunately. What's your...
Tulsi closed
Yeah,
down.
Ramsey.
But it was never my favourite restaurant.
And where did you get your jeans?
Some obscure shop in Hunterville, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was probably when I ran out of petrol one day.
Oh my God! Oh my
Here's
God!
the time. So what do you do when you've got time on your hands to buy a pair of jeans in Hunterville?
Well, I mean, if you're born and bred in Otaki, right? It's got great outlet shops there. It's a great place to run
That's
out
enough
of
Otaki. Insulting the born in Otaki, but it's true.
The edge of Wellington's border, apparently.
Yeah, well, it's a lovely town. I mean, Mum and Dad are there, so I'm a bit biased.
Otaki sees itself on the fringe because it's the northern extreme end of Kapiti. So it's a bit of an outlier. And it's a good little town.
Good. One of my good friends
Great town.
grew up there.
So
Yeah.
we're going to wrap it up there soon. Thanks, Fraser. Thanks so much for coming
Thank you,
on
Sean.
Hotline and
Yeah,
Hotline, being the hot line, the hot seat, and the hot hat
Yeah.
with the not so hot Sarah Jane today.
Is there a
But
shooting after this or anything like a
anyway, thanks very much, Fraser. Cheers.
Thank you.
A shooting.
Well, I thought of the hat. You know, when I saw you guys sitting here, I thought you were sitting there with Austin.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington.